Bling.
Oh, bling is right, sir.
Oh shit! Man, did
Man.
you see Samoa Joe punk Brock Lesnar? God damn!
Damn, boy. Brock Lesnar's stock went down like a motherfucker today.
No, did it?
Dude,
if anything, that's gonna fuel that boy's anger.
dude, I gotta tell you, man, we're starting off right away. Brock Lesnar, for one, that promo by Paul Heyman, I could have sworn he was about to fucking cry. He was so intense.
Bro,
That,
if you weren't sold on this fucking pay-per-view before Paul Heyman did,
dude, like, I don't
Paul
know.
Heyman fucking sold.
And the thing is, it was sold the whole fucking thing because here's another thing. Like, before that happened, dude, did you see that promo where Paul Heyman's talking to that girl and then Samoa Joe comes up and starts, like, halfway choking him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that not scary as fuck?
He's like, that wasn't meant for you. I was like,
He's like, I'm saving my fucking. It's almost like a video game thing. Like, I'm saving my triangle fucking finisher move. Like, it's.
you remember how we said a couple months ago, back when they fucking announced the title for this pay-per-view? And we were like, if there's only one person on this fucking planet who could sell this pay-per-view, it's only one guy. And that's Paul Heyman. And we were like, he's going to probably have trouble. Nope.
No, but here's the
trouble
thing.
whatsoever.
What he did that was smart is he said, no, people, like, fuck the name of this show. Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe's the name of this fucking pay-per-view. Like, he barely said Great Balls of Fire. Because he knew it would ruin the promo. So he was like, it's all right. I can still give him the building. People, in 2 weeks, he kept bringing up dates and everything. Like, you guys will see it in 2 weeks. You know, at this pay-per-view, they're going to fight. Blah, blah. And he just let the announcers and commentators do the Great Balls of Fire shit for him. You know what I mean? Fucking ingenious. Fucking ingenious. Samoa Joe constantly saying, like, I'm going to see. And by the way, when he says Great Balls of Fire, it doesn't sound ridiculous coming from Samoa Joe. Like, I really like the way he sells the name of the pay-per-view in a way. Because he's always like, hey, Great Balls of Fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, you know what?
Because he doesn't put emphasis on it. He just he's like, I'm just going straight to the point. Because like the commentators go, that's the Great Balls of Fire, and Samoa's just like, show you Great Balls of Fire, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so fucking great, dude. I'm telling you. And here's the thing too, like, I don't know what they did. I mean, maybe you know something that I don't as far as this particular trick in wrestling, but Brock Lesnar's face was really turning different colors when they were bringing it up. Like, the commentators like, oh my god, his face is changing colors. Now, I know he wasn't really close to death.
That motherfucker was like one step away from going, oh yeah.
No, but that's the thing. Like, do you know what they do in order to do that, or do you think Samoa Joe is really choking him?
Nah, he just probably puts strain like around here to make it seem like he's getting choked out.
Okay, because
like he probably tenses up one of like his neck muscles or like his neck to make it look like he's getting choked.
Yeah, because that shit, dude, like, when Samoa Joe had it, like, cinched on, I was like, okay, obviously, like, I can just look at the hands, and I've been in wrestling before. I know where you put your hands safely around someone's shit. But Brock Lesnar's face got me like, oh, shit, I guess I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking because that shit looked real.
That's called fucking selling, bro.
Oh, man.
Shit.
To make Brock Lesnar look like a little bitch right there, too, because he was, like, doing that pose and he's like bouncing his shit and it's like, oh shit, about to go down, and then Samoa Joe just like, fuck your flame, like,
and then that one moment when Brock Lesnar countered it for like a second and then threw him up against the stage, I was like, oh, it's about to go down, and he threw him again, that shit started bending, I was like, oh
yeah, that was gonna be some Rhino Chris Jericho shit where he gored him through the fucking Smackdown. You know, like, I mean, it's amazing how this fucking thing was. The only thing that I would have done differently is I think Paul Heyman should have ran up the ramp and tried to stop Samoa Joe from whooping his ass. Because
I was thinking that I honestly thought that Paul Heyman was going to do that. But at the same time, it's Paul Heyman.
Yeah, but here's one more thing, though. I think it's going to make this so much better. And tell me what you think about this, though. Because I'm, you know, it's almost like we're doing a Be the Booker, but I mean, I don't want to get too much into it. But I feel like Samoa Joe, his manager is Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman is going to betray Brock Lesnar in 2 weeks.
Nah, I don't think so.
Because here's the thing, Brock Lesnar does not want to do this shit much longer. Like, I think he even said it on ESPN SportsCenter. He was like, yeah, I think I'm planning to do this for another year and a half, 2 years. Well, honestly, if Paul Heyman goes to Samoa Joe, Paul Heyman has a job for, like, another at least 5 years. You know what I mean? Imagine if he starts his own, like, Dangerous Alliance type of thing again. Like, did you watch WCW back in the day with Paul Heyman's Dangerous Alliance? Did you like that?
Was I old enough?
I don't think you're that old, no.
No, that was with, like, you know,
Stone Cold,
Steve Austin and shit. Nah, man, I was young as fuck.
See, well, I mean, I didn't watch wrestling until like 1999, but I went back and watched those, And I thought Paul Heyman did a great job. You know what I mean? Like, he reminded me of, like, how Jimmy Cornette did with the Midnight Express, etc. Like, I feel like both of those are really, they're great managers in that sense. They're very similar. You know what I mean? But Paul Heyman just took a little step further with the cell phone thing. I really like the cell phone gimmick. That shit was great. You know what I mean? So, I just hope that happens again. I would love another Dangerous Alliance. But, moving on to the next thing. How hyped are you for Big Cass and Enzo right now? Like, I'm just going to give this all to you, dude. Like, what do you feel about this?
Man, talk about a fucking swerve tonight.
Yeah,
Holy
I was
shit.
Were you mad when it was like they're walking out of the ring and they're like, "Hey, like we're friends again"?
I wasn't mad. I was like, yo, Cash, you totally did the dirty on him last week. I was like, this is, and then they're going up to, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was. But I was actually expecting maybe Enzo to like fucking kick him or like blow his ass or something with a kick. But I was also expecting Cass to fucking but that was fucking brilliant how they did it right before it went to commercial. They're like, we're gonna get them at the right moment. I was like, fuck, that was perfect. Like,
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it. I loved every moment of it.
No, I loved it too. I loved how they did every single part in that particular scene. Enzo and his acting. Enzo has some great acting chops, man. I wish he would have brought that up or brought that during his beginning stages on Raw. And Big Cass, his promo skills. I thought he was a big dummy. I thought he was a soft out there.
That's the problem. That's the biggest problem. And I even think I brought this up on one of our previous shows, is that they're keep making this fucking guy seem retarded.
Yeah.
I even said it, I was like, his promos are like so stupid. Like, you are soft, blah 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 blah. Like the way he just fucking said it, I'm like, yo, like they're really making this fool fucking retarded sounding. And I'm like, this motherfucker promoed the shit out of Enzo twice.
That was a Rocky Maivia promo, the way he pulled that shit. Like,
right?
It was fucking like, dude, like this is early The Rock shit. This is better than anything the Big Show. And okay, I'm sorry to say this, and I know you're gonna hate me for saying this. This is better than like Undertaker, unless Undertaker is American Badass. But like, as far as Dead Man Undertaker,
Well, yeah,
like, this is way better.
I mean, Dead Man Undertaker normally doesn't need to do a promo, but when it was American Badass Undertaker, man,
yeah, he had cut pretty good.
He'd tell you straight up what he about to
do. Yeah, but Big Cass just had like, and then that cockiness of it, like. You know what it reminded me of? You know when Undertaker turned heel and made Jim Ross kiss Vince's ass? Remember that?
The American Badass days?
Yeah. But it was like around the time where because he wasn't heel during any of that until at the very end, like right before 2002. And I remember when he made Jim Ross.
This is around the time when Ric Flair was the GM.
Yeah, it was like the first 2 weeks of Ric Flair being GM. And I remember when he did that, Undertaker had like a cockiness to him where it was like he's a big bad motherfucker. But his cockiness made you hate him. So it was like, oh, you son of a bitch. Like, the way he's like, Jim Ross, like, what, you think you're better than me? I've been kissing his ass for 20 years. You think you're better than me? You know, the whole thing had, like, a little accent to it and everything. Big Cass did the exact same mannerism. The way Big Cass is circling around and following Enzo, pointing his finger like, hey, fuck you, you soft, the whole thing. And he's walking around. I was like, dude, that was fucking badass. Like, man.
Man, the fucking part that got me was when they were in the ring and... This is after they hugged and they were doing their whole fucking mono and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm getting a flashback to 2002 when Triple H double-crossed HBK for that
DX
reunion. I'm like, I have that fucking feeling right now. And then I'm like, it ain't happening. They're going up the ramp. I'm like, oh, they're walking up.
And then as far as going up the ramp, that reminded me of Kevin Owens turning heel on Sami Zayn, which was very emotional. Like, that was the most emotion I've seen in wrestling for a while.
Yeah, in NXT, right after Sami Zayn won the title, right?
Kevin Owens' first night on the fucking show. And Sami Zayn's first night as champion. He won the title that night against Adrian Neville.
And the part that got me is after Cass started attacking him, man, he just fucking threw his ass down the road. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was part of a fail compilation or something. Like, Fail Army, whatever the fuck. Like, it was like, what the shit? It was insane.
No. That motherfucker had height. Not to mention it's going on the fucking slant of the ramp. I'm like, that must have been like an 8-foot drop right there.
Oh, yeah, man. And Enzo just selling, man. Enzo was selling like Dolph Ziggler, man. Like, that boy, I gotta give it up to him, man. And I like how he still did the silly shit while just did that serious promo, and then he's doing that weird dance thing, and it was almost like I kind of smiled, like I was mad that because okay, here's the thing, and this is what's funny because it got me. I was like, oh fuck, okay, I guess they're back together, and they'll do the heel
Yeah.
turn again later on. So when that happened, I was like, fuck, but I kind of smiled when I saw Enzo doing that dance again. I was like, you know what? I'm glad they're still together. Like, and they got me back. I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I'm mad that this, the whole thing last week doesn't count. But now I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool. I'm glad they're back together. Let me see what they do against the Hardys or Revival, whatever. And then he still betrayed him, and I was like, dude, they got me twice in one night. Plus, they got me last week.
3 times with these fools.
Yeah, a fucking
times.
beautiful writing. This is all writing, and then the acting from both. Just every single part of this is great. And I don't even want them to have a match. I want this to continue on where maybe Enzo has a match, Big Cass comes out, fucking interferes. Maybe they keep talking shit, doing promos. This is a match that would be good for SummerSlam almost. Like, I can see these two doing like a nice mid-card, super important feud in the middle of SummerSlam.
Yeah, and after Great Balls of Fire, I think that's the pay-per-view.
next
The
Raw.
next pay-per-view, the full Raw and SmackDown. But
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, breaking these two up was like probably like the best decision ever.
And I think this is going to add a lot to the rest of the division. And we'll get into that. I mean, you can see here, spoiler alert, everyone on the roster was used. We will bring these two back up again because this whole situation is happening now. It's going to make every single division and every single, layer on the card important. So I can't wait for that shit. But next, Goldust and R-Truth, man. They finally did something good. This is what I wanted that first night, man. Oh, you don't look like you enjoyed this. I'm scared.
It wasn't that I enjoyed it. I'm like, it was so random with that fucking camera guy in the fucking middle of the ring.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I love that because here's the biggest thing. We just watched Nightcrawler recently, me and Anthony and everybody. And have you ever seen Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Nah.
Okay.
But I know of it. I know, was it a reporter or whatever going around?
Yeah,
whatever
it's a psycho fucking path. I'm thinking with Goldust having this weird obsession with movies and film and whatnot, imagine him just attacking people, but you see it in first person, and it's
That'd
like
be cool.
some really weird, creepy, snuff film shit. Like, I would love to see Goldust do that, and then have weird shit too, where he's maybe he gets a face female, a face diva, and has her do heel sexy shit with him. Maybe Goldust gets in people's heads, and he has other people act as his cameraman. Have some NXT people come in as cameramen for him or something.
That probably would have been perfect if Emma was Emmalina right now.
Yes, it would. And maybe if Cody Rhodes comes back, I know he just won the championship, but what title he just won this week?
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor world title, yeah, and the whole thing, fucking big deal. But I just wish Goldust had other links in the roster because after R-Truth, I don't know who he's going to be going against. There's nobody left for Goldust to fight. But the thing that's kind of cool is that with that cameraman and the weird shit of him just videotaping people, he could probably do that to anybody. And Goldust could be a tweener guy who faces anyone on the roster. And I know that's thinking too high for wrestling standards and the writing staff at WWE Raw. But what they're doing with Big Cass and Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe, they could pull this off, man. Especially classic Goldust. I love that fucking costume. Oh man, I'm just.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is about the going back to Lesnar and Joe. My friend was texting me throughout, and he's like, we were both saying how amazing this shit is, and then he's like, "Yeah, and I hope they don't fuck it up at Great Balls of Fire." I'm like, I know exactly what I'm expecting at Great Balls of Fire, but I know for a fact that it's probably gonna. I just want to see some destruction.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for the Big Cass and Enzo. If they're putting in a fucking match together, I want Big Cass to destroy Enzo. Not because I hate Enzo or anything. It's just that would make sense.
Yeah.
And the same thing Goldust, like you said. I'm like, granted, they were supposed to have their match tonight, even though it just turned into a little brawl. But if Goldust really does have these gripes, then I want him to destroy motherfuckers,
Exactly. And I'm going to go ahead and just do this last thing over here. Everybody on the roster is used tonight. Okay, so that's my main thing with SmackDown and Raw. I hate how there's so much fucking wrestling. And I'm so sick of watching so much wrestling that they forget to put wrestlers on there. And I'm like, dude, if this is Walking Dead or fucking Game of Thrones or any other show, people be like, man, what the fuck? That's some bullshit. It's horrible writing. But wrestling fans will just go there and watch the shit and go, yay, the whole thing. Tonight, everybody was used. The only person that wasn't used was Big Show. You know what I mean? Or was he used? Maybe I'm kind of getting something wrong. No. But yeah, I love the fact that everybody was being used to a certain extent. Like that women's match, that was a brilliant way.
Shit.
Dude, was that not like one of the better main events you've seen in such a long time and so
That was
unpredictable?
that was great until Nia Jax lost. I was like, God damn
See,
it!
let's admit though, it's because we fucking love her, and that's the whole idea is to get us to go
It,
no.
it's not even that. I'm like, the entire match you're building her up for me. I'm like, fuck, she's eliminating everybody. She's literally in the match for like what, almost 30 minutes. I'm like, she's literally having like her own Iron Woman match right now. She is eliminating everybody. At one point, she just threw fucking some bitch, and she's like, oh, yeah, you're done. And then, of course, Sasha Banks, being the female John Cena, comes in and taps her out.
See, I wouldn't even call the female John Cena because she hasn't been on the show so much. She's been doing lots of 205 live stuff. She's been on a complete back burner. And I love how like every other girl was not very like like they're important, but like Bailey starting off the match, her losing to Nia Jax right away was like, oh my god, this is the fucking night. And every single diva that came out after that, I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Bailey just lost. She was the first person to lose. What is gonna happen? I was completely like just I couldn't predict what was going on. And then at the end, I was like, okay, you know what? Because Nia Jax went through all these women and just whooped ass, and now she's kind of tired, and the announcers are saying that she's tired. I could see Sasha Banks winning, and it made sense because as a storyline point, I mean, you don't want to make Nia Jax look that strong because eventually she's gonna lose. How's it gonna make everybody else look? So you gotta have somebody else on point. And Sasha Banks, I think that made sense. I mean, no matter what, whoever was gonna win at the end, or whoever's gonna come in at the end, had to win. I think. I mean, don't you feel the same way?
I guess, but at the same time, I really possibly think that they're probably saving Nia Jax against Alexa Bliss for like SummerSlam because
So you feel? Well, let me ask you this: Do you feel like this is gonna be a triple threat match or something, or what are you thinking?
like for next Sunday.
Yeah, for Great Balls of Fire.
Nah,
Yeah. So what
nah,
do you think it's gonna be?
who's gonna win?
Well, like just the matchup because I don't think they made
Oh,
that official.
no, that's it. It's Sasha Banks because it was for the number one contendership. That's what it was for. So it's Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss.
Oh, okay, you know I got things mixed up because I was thinking that you said Nia Jax. I'm like, oh wait, no.
No. I said that they're probably gonna save Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss for SummerSlam.
Okay, so you're pretty sure Alexa Bliss is not gonna be losing the title at Great Balls of Fire.
Probably not, because if you think about, to be honest, it's fucking stupid to always have some bullshit pay per view before one of the big four, because we always know that 9 out of 10 they're not gonna change any fucking thing until they get to one of the big four. You got Great Balls of Fire coming up. What's the next SmackDown one coming up? Is this
They're Battleground.
Battleground SmackDown. So and that's before SummerSlam, right?
Yep, right before SummerSlam.
Okay, yeah. So you got these two coming up, and it's like then you got SummerSlam. It's like if you're gonna end all these fucking stories right before one of the biggest party of the summer.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that, then it's like you have no fucking story left. So I really do believe that Nia Jax will interfere at the Great Balls of Fire, or she's gonna probably fight for number one contendership for the title match at
And see,
SummerSlam.
the way that SmackDown did it, and I mean, I don't want to make this like, oh, well, SmackDown's better because Raw earned our fucking respect tonight, at least I feel.
Right.
But, I mean, SmackDown did it smart where at Money in the Bank, granted, they did do a stupid women's match with Naomi and Lana, but, like, the Money in the Bank stuff, Naomi is not part of that. So it's kind of like, ooh, like, I really have no idea who's going to win because you guys are building up to a pay-per-view Naomi's not even part of. So who the fuck's going to be the challenger? Like, who, I mean, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
And now tomorrow we got the Money in the Bank rematch.
Yeah, and I still don't know who's gonna win because Battleground's in fucking 4 weeks. So
I'm hoping it's Carmella. I'm hoping it's
is James
Carmella.
Ellsworth banned from Ringside, or is he still gonna be out there?
Yeah, no, he's banned from Ringside.
Okay, good because that's another thing too. I was like, man, if they keep him out there, it's stupid.
I am just hoping it's Carmella. You know, a friend of mine at work, we're talking. I know this is a raw reaction, but I gotta get this out before tomorrow. But a friend of mine at work and I were talking about this shit at Raw last night. At work last night, yesterday or the day before. And even though James Ellsworth is banned from Ringside, what if that motherfucker was such a rat, fucking weaselly rat that he's in the back get the remote control for the fucking crane and hitting the down button for Carmella to lower this shit down.
Okay, that would be fucking hilarious.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, yo, that big gold.
No, dude. You know what would be really funny though? You know
What?
that shit that Mickey James debuted in, that like luchador diva costume.
Yeah.
What if James Ellsworth comes out in that fucking costume?
Oh shit.
That might happen, bro.
That's just so funny. I'm just sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, imagine his fucking rat looking fucking thing. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, like, to go back to Raw, because we're about to get into ratings, but like the biggest thing here too that I just really getting me excited as well, because on top of like using everybody, everyone was used smartly. They had Rhino, Heath Slater, Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas didn't even have really any offense, and he looked great still. Like he even got knocked the fuck out and took the bump like a fucking champ. Seth Rollins versus Kurt Hawkins.
yeah. So Miz got himself a stable going on now.
Oh, I forgot to bring that up. Now, see, here's the only thing. I didn't watch most of that scene, but it was entertaining as fuck with what's her name, Lamar Ball.
I guess.
I never heard these guys ever. Like I only heard about them like yesterday, and then
I didn't know about him until this morning when I woke up, and then I read like an article saying, WWE looking to bring in some heat with Lamar Ball. I'm like, who the fuck is Lamar Ball? And some NBA people. And then I was like, why? And then I read into why, and apparently like he likes to talk big and shit. But I don't know. That section came up, and I'm like, fuck, this shit is cringy.
Yeah, man. And
Like it's so bad.
Well,
Like,
one thing I was gonna. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like it was so bad, and I'm like, I have a poster on the ROS wrestling site. And I'm like, damn, this is why they wanted to bring these guys for this type of heat. I was like, I guess it's working if it's going all over the place, because it was #1 trending at the time.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea why they're doing it. But one thing I want to bring up actually is because I'm looking at the chat. Fucking Trey. He goes, like them doing that is basically the Attitude Era booking of it, with the whole briefcase thing. And it's kind of funny too. Because as I was thinking about this, I'm thinking about this one. Let me see if I got the video over here. That shit, Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon and the fucking ladder. Like, dude, that's
sweet. Oh man, I love it.
That shit was ridiculous, man. And I hope they don't do something like that. Honestly, like I know you and your friend were joking around, having fun talking about it and everything. But me, I would fucking hate that shit. I would get so fucking mad.
Man, I'd be laughing so hard. I'm like, this is amazing.
No.
I was like, they still trolling with this shit.
God damn. That's what it is too. Is trolling. It's not like anyone's fucking like trying to tell a goddamn good story over here. It's fucking stupid.
But I do honestly hope that Carmella wins. I'm like, because that shit makes me laugh. I'm like, man, she lost the shit and she regained that. I was like, take that shit.
But you know what, as a booker, let's say that you're trying to get people to watch your show, right? Like,
yeah.
Man, I like how we really just turned into a fucking SmackDown show. But it's like,
it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. We can't. The thing is, it's tomorrow, and by the time we get on air, it's over.
Yeah.
So
I will ask you this: if it was up to you, what would you book that as? Like, who would you want to win? I mean, I know you want to see Carmella win because you want to go, ha ha, I'm fucking stupid. But like, legitimately, who would? No,
but legitimately, I really do want Carmella to win. I even wanted her to win during the last Money in the Bank match.
Okay.
Basically, one of the big reasons why is because we've seen it all with these women. Like they've all had their opportunities. Most of them had their championships. I think the only people that haven't had opportunities were Carmella, Tamina, and Natalya.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tamina to me really doesn't do much in order for me to even think of her trying to maybe even earn an opportunity. Like she needs to get on Nia Jax's level at this point. You know what I mean? Because I think Tamina's been out for some time, and then she came in later again.
Yeah.
So right now, it would have to be, to me, either Carmella or Natalya. And for something like this, I would want Carmella to win, only because it would put her in some sort of scene because she's kind of been held back. But I would want to give Natalya a title shot as well, but not with the Money Back briefcase.
Yeah.
But that's
okay. That makes sense. I mean, if it was up to me, Natalia, she's getting older. Her stock's kind of going down a little bit, because
Yeah.
she's been here for so long, and she's just rusting out. You know what I mean? She's
Yeah.
finally being taken seriously. This is not going to happen again in another 3 months. People are going to be
Yeah.
like, "Oh wait, she don't matter," and they're going to remember that she sucks and whatever. I mean, she don't suck, but I'm just saying as a character, she sucks.
Yeah. No, I think one of the big reasons why her stock was tumbling is because at one point didn't they give her a fucking gimmick of her farting?
Yeah, and then even
I,
before that, it was like,
man.
I like Bret Hart. I'm with Bret Hart. Bret Hart, Bret Hart, Bret Hart, Bret Hart, Bret Hart.
Yeah, so
Like,
it's like they fucked her up so bad, which is why I'm like I kind of like heel Natty right now.
mhm.
I'm like, good, stay like this. Stop fucking fooling around with cats and farting on TV and shit.
If she wins the championship, her and Becky Lynch would pull on one of the best matches ever. And I've seen them fight recently, and it was great. So I would love to see that. And then another thing too, imagine Natalia, doing something where like maybe Asuka comes and they have a fucking submission fest match. Like I would love to see a fucking Iron Man submission wrestling hold fandom with her and Asuka.
Don't ever say Asuka.
I would love that shit. It would be amazing.
Oh.
I know, man. The ass and ass. Because none of them got no titty. No, but here's the thing. We're going to be talking about this really quick, and I'm going to ask you this. And it's not really a Beat the Booker thing. I'm just kind of wondering, as far as predictions go, next week's Raw, will it top tonight?
No.
No?
And next week's Raw is the go home too for Great Balls.
That's the thing. I feel like Great Balls should have been this week. Because this was one of the best go-home fucking shows I've seen in at least 5 years.
This fucking show should have been next week.
Yeah.
Because you had Brock Lesnar here. You had Samoa Joe punk him out. Goldust doing this shit. You had the continuation of Enzo and Cass. You just had the gauntlet match for the women's.
The tag team stuff. Hardy's, Finn Balor. Fucking...
The tag teams, everything. Today would have been the perfect go-home show for Great Balls of Fire. They should have taken tonight's storyline and gave it for next week and take next week's and put it for this week.
And the thing is, too, is like they even did something great with Titus O'Neil and fucking Akira Tozawa. That was, I mean, it was a weird promo, but like that whole idea is working. It's literally that link from Raw and 205 Live that we've needed this whole fucking time. I love the Titus O'Neil thing with Akira Tozawa. And then Neville being a guy who's like, I'm a heel and I'm going to defend this belt. I'm the fucking king of the cruiserweights. But then it's like, fuck you, Titus O'Neil. Like Neville at this point, if this storyline continues, Neville's going to take over fucking Raw. He's going to fight Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil, and that's going to have him catapult up to fucking fight like another championship title on Raw.
I'd be fine with it because I like Neville as a heel.
Yeah, imagine Neville holding the U.S. and Cruiserweight championships, like with his fucking badass, like, it's just,
that would be great if the U.S. title was still on Raw.
Oh, wait, shit, Intercontinental. I can't tell because it's never fucking defended. Dean Ambrose, I'm sick with Dean Ambrose and Miz. They always get the title and they don't do shit with it. Maybe a little while Miz was doing some stuff with them on SmackDown, but like that was like for like 4 months.
Hey, I mean, Miz is doing segments by being called the N-word on Raw.
And that's the thing, like, I'm going to get into my rating right now because here's the thing. Like, that particular scene, I would have totally took points off of. But this show was definitely like a 6 out of 5. It was one of the fucking greatest shows.
Damn, dude.
But here's the thing, though. That scene was so fucking stupid, I gotta bring it down to being just perfect. It was 5 out of 5.
Man, you giving this a 5?
I'm giving this a 5 out of 5. I fucking loved this show so much. This is literally... It's not just like Attitude Era shit. Just tell me a fucking story. Every feud was linked together.
We forgot one thing.
What's up?
Man, we forgot Braun Strowman punking out Roman Reigns and throwing his ass in the fucking ambulance.
My God, how did I not make that one of the main storylines? The beginning of the show was incredible.
Bro, Braun Strowman was like, man, fuck you!
And Roman Reigns' promos. Dude, okay, look.
They got him better. That motherfucker's gotta be a heel at this point.
Dude, is he not seriously a heel in general? Like, the way he comes out, the way he carries himself, that's a heel.
He's literally telling everybody to fuck your couches in his own way.
And he's doing it in a way where it sounds natural. He doesn't sound like he's acting. He sounds like he's saying what the fuck he wants to say. This is my yard shit. Who knows? I can see Undertaker coming back as American Badass and fighting him as Mark Calloway versus Roman Reigns. Can you imagine that shit? The American Badass Mark Calloway versus Roman Reigns SummerSlam.
I'll mark it up, bro.
Dude.
No pun intended.
Marking out.
Like, that'd be amazing. He'd be like, what'd you say, motherfucker?
Yeah, like, no, this is not your yard. This is my yard. And then they can do those things where, like, Undertaker beat Kurt Angle and fucking, Right to Censor and all those guys telling them this is my fucking yard back in the day. That's his storyline. That's his gimmick or his catchphrase.
Shit, but man, just that opening. The funny thing
And it
is,
was so short too. It was like they got in.
it was like 10 minutes. It was like 10 minutes long. It was like perfect length. And my friend, but the same friend I was talking about earlier, the one that we were talking about, the Joe and Lesnar, he texted me. He's like, "Dude, when I heard the fucking ambulance siren going off, he's like, I thought Scott Steiner returned."
Me too. I thought that shit too.
I started laughing so hard. I was like, "Yep, holla if you can hear him."
Yeah. Oh, and here's the thing too. I'm gonna ask you if you want to join me on this because Teenage Anniversary is actually next week as well, I believe.
Is it next week or this week?
Not next week. Not even the next week after that. Actually, it's July 2nd or something. It's in July.
Shit, and that's live here. It's this Sunday.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh wait, yeah, it is a Sunday. You're right.
Oh man.
Because here's the thing.
I'm at work. Yeah.
That fucking show, Scott Steiner's back. He's gonna be facing Abyss and everything. He's doing some cool shit. Wrestling in general, dude. Like this last week, I've loved wrestling so fucking much. I hope to God SmackDown doesn't ruin it tomorrow. But I'm gonna ask you, ratings wise, man, what would you give tonight? Because I gave it a 5 out of 5. I've only given one of those one other time. So what would you give this show?
The fucking thing is, it's like so close to becoming a 5 out of 5 for me. And then that whole fucking ball section, the segment. You know what? I gotta give it a 5 because that shit was cringy. Made me laugh though.
And it was still short because they cut it short.
Yeah, because they're like throwing the freaking N-word everywhere, and they're probably like, "Man, fuck this shit, Dean Ambrose, get out there."
Yeah, and then the way that transitioned to the match, I thought that was cool. And you know, here's the thing, like as far as celebrity guests go, because they had another celebrity guest too. They had Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, he's the guy from Transformers.
Transformers.
Yeah. He's the one who fought the Scorponok thing on Transformers 1, etc.
One of the big reasons why he's there is because he's making his directorial debut for a WWE film.
Oh, damn! I didn't know he was that old at this point. Like, oh, I'm gonna start making movies now.
Well, yeah, no. The funniest fucking thing was that as soon as he showed up onto Monday Night Raw, I got a notification from Yahoo Mail saying Josh Duhamel confirmed to direct the whatever the fuck movie was, WWE films. I was like, oh, that's why he's there.
Yeah, I mean, and this guy, he looks like Justin Gabriel, by the way. I thought he was a fucking like one of the wrestlers, but him, man, like I loved him in Transformers. I loved that when he came on, it wasn't like a big like I'm Josh Duhamel, and then the crowds would go, oh, okay.
Nah, he came up, put the fucking headset on. I was like, yeah,
and did great commentator.
Yeah,
way better than Booker T. Holy shit, way better than Booker T. And
man, I wonder what Booker's reaction was when he heard that one of the bald kids start using the N-word. I wonder if he got the Vietnam flashbacks.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, yeah, I love that you gave it a 5 out of 5. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Last week we both gave it like a 4.5, and you gave it a 4, I think, or vice versa.
No, I think we both gave it the same rating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know it was like close to 5, but it's like, man, see how it's kind of like things are starting to link up a little bit. They're starting to.
Yeah. No, I think I gave SmackDown a lower rating. I don't remember.
Yeah, you gave SmackDown 3. I gave it 3.5, and. Here's the thing, like, who knows? Because the week before that shit, we gave SmackDown like a 0, I think, or like a 1 or something.
And wrestling before like last week and this week, wrestling was going downhill for how long?
Yeah, it was awful, and I think finally someone's like, listen, man, we got fucking John Taffer and fucking Marcus from the goddamn Prophet over here. Like, you know what I mean? This became a CNBC fucking storyline shit. Like, yeah. You know, guys share the equity with fucking Mark Cuban. Oh, wait, I can't hear you, by the way. Oh no! What's going on? There you are.
All right. So speaking of wrestling news, please tell me you saw that shit with Jim Cornette and Vince Russo.
No, I've been like keeping up with that for the last 3 weeks, and apparently Vince Russo sent people to his fucking house, like give him some letter, like, hey, you cannot talk about him, you cannot go to his house, you're gonna kill him and his wife. What the fuck?
Vince Russo put a restraining order on Jim Cornette.
God, man. And it's funny because Vince Russo's the one who started trolling the motherfucker. He was on YouTube talking shit, saying like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Cornette, that Dixie Carter likes me more than you." Like,
you know, it's fucking bad when Bischoff retweeted Jim Cornette's tweet.
Dude, this whole feud actually made Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette like rekindle their friendship. Like,
it's so fucking bad. I'm like, yo, Vince, are you this much of a fucking kid, bro?
Yeah.
I'm like, let the attitude era go, man.
No, and he looks crazy, man. He looks like he's fucking going through something. Like, you know, I don't know what his fucking problem is. Poor Vince Russo, man. You know, and do you blame him though to an extent because they're talking shit about him on the table for three, etc. And then even on bringing to the table, they're talking shit about him as well.
Damn, did they talk shit about him on?
Yeah, Corey Graves and JBO were making fun of him.
No. Oh man, I gotta watch this.
And table for three, Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette was talking shit about him as well.
I haven't watched that one, but I wanted to. I haven't watched that one yet. But
yeah, so it's just I don't know what's up with Vince Russo and tables. This table for three, bring it to the table. This motherfucker can get put through a table at the end of this goddamn feud.
But you know what I did watch though?
What?
That fucking show Glow on Netflix.
And that shit was amazing too. I've seen like one episode, but everyone's talking about it.
Bro, I fucking watched the entire season in one day.
Holy
like
shit.
I got home from work on Friday, right? I'm like, fuck, I got nothing to do. I turned on the TV, I put on Netflix. I couldn't even make a selection to something else. It was like Glow. I'm like,
you're probably like, oh man, Naomi really took this fucking gimmick way too far.
no, I was like, I get it. Because I remember when they first announced the show, I was expecting like a revamp of the wrestling show. I didn't expect like a loosely based bio series type of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'm watching the show, one episode in, I'm like, all right, this is okay. And 2 episodes in, I'm like, all right, okay, this is getting better. By the 5th episode, I was like, I love this fucking show. Woo! It's like, bro, all the fucking cameos in there are amazing. Fucking Awesome Kong is the welfare queen. Yo, it's the funniest fucking thing ever. As a matter of fact, I didn't know that was Awesome Kong until a couple days ago. I'm like, God, that's why she looks so familiar. Holy fuck.
Yeah, man.
It was so good. I loved it.
I'm digging wrestling in general right now, and I know that we gave this a 5. People are probably wondering, like, oh, really? You gave this a 5, and yet there's shit like this on here. You know what I mean? Like this fucking guy.
I even said that shit was cringy. It sucked, but it made me fucking laugh at a point.
Yeah.
So
we're sports entertained, and you know what? I don't have to worry about this joke being taken too far because he's not going to be back. So we're done. Like that's it. That was a joke, and we're done.
No, they'll probably bring it back if it fucking blew up social media all over the place.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like going back every week. Like James Ellsworth is funny, but
They were only there because they're in Los Angeles, and the one of the kids became a Laker.
Yeah, of course, but that's what I'm saying though. Like,
yeah,
that's why it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, you know what, I don't really give a shit if he does something bad because even if it's a joke, like I won't see it for like another month. Maybe I pay-per-view some shit.
They came, they did the job. The WWE probably got happy with the fucking heat and called it a day.
Yep, exactly. And we're going to call it a day as well because, people, it's time to end this shit. I had fun. I fucking loved Raw tonight. I only had to you know, sometimes what I do is after the shows, I leave and go watch old wrestling to wash out the fucking awful bad shit we just
You ain't got to do it today.
Not today. Not today. I'm happy as shit. So, people, there's only one thing. Actually, Hovik, I'm going to count you down so you can do this for me, sir. What do we do? 3, 2, 1. Attack that motherfucking chat.
God damn, today was actually a good day. Watch that Glow, though.
I will watch that Glow, though.
But man, shit.
Just pondering how
Man, I'm so happy right now. Man, next week is gonna be